Namaste, angels. Getting completely caught up with my client readings. I was doing well, and then last week something weird happened. A day initially that I planned on doing them, and then a couple subsequent days. My daughter's principal was fired. I never heard of such a thing. I never heard of a principal being fired, especially not in the middle of the year. Not even the middle of the year. School started in September. This is October, and they were principal-less. So the parent body called an emergency meeting, and I was there the day that I had planned to get some other stuff done. So anyway, that's how I began to fall behind, because then they had to have other meetings. We got another one coming up on the 8th, another one coming up on the 15th, but getting back in order now. So I have a client. She's not expecting this reading anyway, so it's not like I'm behind the gun. But I read for her probably around 3 weeks, a month ago. I don't know. She ordered a past life reading, and we had like 10, 15 minutes left. I don't remember. And I, had told her, she could obviously use them. I didn't need to cut her short of those minutes. I decided that with this week being when I said other people should get readings, then I should go ahead and do one for her and see what's going on. Because again, we are in that period. The entire month of October is, but more so last week, this week, and next week, we're in a period where cultures and religions, spiritual organizations all over the world feel that this is a time when the veil is thinnest. So we have in Latin America, for example, them celebrating the Day of the Dead. We have Halloween here, which is All Hallows Eve. So we have All Hallows also. We have All Souls Day. Next week is Diwali. That's, good over evil, light over dark, the celebration of that. Festival of Lights, however you want to call it. We have in the East now, some Asian countries, we have them celebrating, oh goodness, I forget what's the day, but it's sort of like a Day of the Dead type of thing too, that they're celebrating right now or recognizing. So this is, like I said, this is all over the world, not specific to any one culture. We do have, perhaps pagans celebrating Samhain and all that. So, yeah, it's that time of year. And a lot of people have decided that. For some cultures, having to do with the moon. I know Diwali is connected to the moon. So it's a little later than it normally is this year. Anyway, so that was why I wanted to give her a reading now. 15, 20 minutes or so, I guess. Beginning with a spread from the masculine perspective and relationship, which this card is about the need to work on the relationship with yourself if you're having difficulty navigating other relationships in your life. And opening to fear. And I think I had opened to fear as I was just talking to you guys, not meaning to really do anything. I remember seeing it, I think, like peripheral vision. And here it is again. Fear. For the collective, after I finished the reading, the love reading, the overall energy had been, man, I don't remember. But after I finished the reading, I picked up the cards to do something, and the top one fell away, and I saw that the fear was underneath that too, like for the collective. It was the second card. I went to celebration. Fear. And golden memories. I don't remember. I didn't look it up or anything. What sign her masculine is. But he may be a fire sign. I think she's an Aquarius, actually. Gateway. So it looks like they're about to start a new phase. In order to start that new phase, it seems they have to drop some baggage first, though. And only take with them the golden memories. Leave the other stuff behind. Any negative emotions, negative cords of attachment, toxic relationships, situations, you know, that they're aware of, poor habits that they're not happy they have. It's time to like kick those so they can move forward. And coming to sacred union. Overall energy is sorrow. So when this comes up, again, it's typically attached to the types of negative emotions that I just mentioned. It seems one or both need to drop and move on from, let go of. So those would be things like regret, resentment, pride, the inability to forgive, guilt, you know, different ego, fear too, you know, trying to, because that's an aspect of our ego and things and pride. So trying to free ourselves from any of those things that are binding. And again, free ourselves from other poor habits and such too. So this is like letting go of old pain. Divine feminine. The masculine as it relates to the feminine, himself, and the union as a whole. Overall, what the masculine would have the feminine do toward the union, what he himself is willing to, at this time, what the universe would have the two of them do. They will have to affirm, you know, and commit to doing it and fully support them and the outcome. Divine feminine, the mystic. So this card is a star right here on the forehead. Like I said, I believe that she is an Aquarius, but this card also brings in the energy of water and sort of like a high priestess kind of energy, guiding us to pay close attention to our intuition, but also the signs around us, synchronicities, messages that may come through a means like, you know, a song on the radio or something that you read in passing, you know, things that normally may go unnoticed. Paying attention to the little things is what we're guided to do. This is also about communication. The sign of Aquarius, or all air signs, are actually about communication. But this is about communication too, and very possibly telepathic or in a dream state as well. The masculine about the feminine, emergence. So if he was away, let's say, or maybe if they were in separation, or even in contact, but there was, you know, distance between them, which I'm feeling it definitely could have been, perhaps because of the retrogrades, probably. I mean, you know, people get funny. People get funny and like sort of fall away from each other without even realizing it. Friends, family members, and romantic partners too. And this is like making a comeback, you know, returning, emerging like the phoenix from the ashes. And again, speaking of ashes, there might be fire sign energy involved here. The masculine about himself, he's the one that's afraid. And that's not to say, well, I shouldn't say that way, because that's not to say that she's not, but this is his higher self acknowledging that he is afraid. And the union as a whole, creativity. So this is more Aquarius, but also other energies come into play. So here's the star on her head. That's, you know, representative of the sign of Aquarius, right here in her third eye. But she's also holding a vessel with water spilling from it and standing in a pool of water. She is, in fact, a water bearer. But then, of course, as we can see, there's fire involved too, with these red clouds and these red wings. And then she's standing in a pool of water with like some bunch of fish jumping out. That's very Piscean. So all of these can be involved. The moon behind her, the moon also represents the sign of Pisces in the tarot. So fire, air, water, all coming together with this card. And creativity is about the need to come up with creative ways or employ our natural creativities toward helping ourselves to bring about abundance. You know, whatever, in of all different forms. So, you know, money, the material, love too, creative ways to exchange love and to display it, all of that. So that's the union. Overall, golden memories. So again, overall, there's some stuff that needs to be left behind so that we can move forward and go through that gateway. What the masculine would have the feminine do toward the union, he's watching her like just do her thing and grow. And this is probably connected to that first card that I started with, relationship. Whereas, you know, each individual needs to do some work on their relationship with themselves. That's, you know, that's self-healing and self-nurturing and stuff. And it leads to, of course, the spiritual growth. So he's happy with her continuing that. He would like to extend as well as seek some forgiveness. Definitely would say that is tied into the golden memories as well as the fear. Like, this is why we're afraid when we feel guilty, responsible for another's hurt, maybe pain. We can be afraid to reapproach. That may be why we need to come up with creative ways to do so. What would the universe have the two do? This is continued ascension, and since it's for the two, I specifically asked for the two. It's the union ascending too, not just the individuals. It's death and rebirth also. It's a fresh start. And the outcome here, expectancy. Like, we have to let go of any sort of cookie cutter ideas. Like, this is supposed to work this way and that's supposed to work that way. And then, you know, it should come around 5 o'clock on a Tuesday when everything should work out. Like, we have to release all of that, let go of all of that. And that may be why why the moon and stuff showed up in your reading here, your spread, because the need for surrender is present. Just letting go. And that's going to allow you to drop this. And that's going to allow you to drop whatever it is you're holding here that's heavy and weighing you down. See what the universe has to say. Speaking of communication, beginning with that and opening to friendship. Friendship and wallflower. That means when the opportunity comes around again next time, are we going to take it? Basically is what wallflower is about. True gem can do with value, worth. Sometimes an actual Gemini or the presence of, you know, like Mercurian energy is around when true gem shows up. But it's mostly about value, worth, deservingness for me. Beauty queen. This is also very air sign. This is like Venus. She is the goddess and planet of beauty, popularity, confidence. You know, so as you can see, oh, this woman is exuding all of those things. When I picked this up and moved that out of the way, blonde female was behind it. This is my representation of the divine feminine in this deck too. So this may be you who's coming through this way. Very Venus-like. Overall energy is Ice Queen. So this could definitely be representative of your energy as an Aquarius, but also, again, Venus and any of the other air energies and signs that may be impacting you in the end or your union right now. So it could be Gemini, it could be Libra. Venus, ruler of both Gemini and Libra, entering Libra this week, which is her most loving placement. So that could affect you as well. Divine couple. Recent past. Masculine's higher self. Near future. Blocks to the union. What the feminine can do. Oop, 2 for the masculine here. what the two can do, and the universe will support them if they first affirm to do it, and the outcome. Divine couple, open relationship. This came up for the collective, that there is some stuff that we have to, as individuals, on behalf of our union also, come out of the closet about. And I think you're included in that. Recent past, long distance. So I told you I was feeling distance when I picked up that other card. Was it emergence? And I think this is representative of that too, but also a return. It's like the Three of Cups, Three of Water. The Three of Water can be indicative of reunions. Near future, true love. So maybe upon a return, or again, a coming together. Maybe because of Venus in Libra. Masculine's higher self. Dating and more moon. So again, more need to surrender. But there's only 2 cups here. This would be a 2 of cups sitting here atop the 3 of cups. So it could be celebratory of that. Blocks to the union is that free will. And the need to decide, okay, am I going to sit it out or dance when the opportunity comes around? What the feminine can do here. 3-way situation. Third energy is something going on. Not necessarily a love triangle. But some other energy, you need to evaluate what you're going to do about it or with it. And the masculine, he got 2 cards. One is short-term, could be short-term like heartache, short-term pain, a pause, a delay. And that's probably what it is. A delay attached to an obstacle. So he just, he can move beyond that rather quickly. He's going to be presented with the opportunity to move beyond it, but it's going to be a choice. Are you going to take the opportunity or not? And it's going to be up to his free will. What the universe would love to help you guys with, and that is friendship. So it's very important, even for romantic couples, to build a solid foundation of true friendship. So then when we do suffer, conflict, we still have that foundation, on which to stand and fall back on, and that causes us also to want to mend the fences, as they say. So the universe, happy to help you with that. And the outcome, family, which was the outcome on the collective love reading too. Very nice. So lastly, I'm just going to give you some advice cards, and I want 2 of those, 1 each, to be from the past life oracle, to see on what you should focus. Because we did have a little quick chat today about you getting frustrated about being stuck as to, how to face the past life issues. So I think that this is one of the cards that came up in your actual past life reading. I think it had to do quite a bit with Native American, if I'm thinking about the right one. I also saw Greco-Roman, and I think that may have come up too, that I had felt at the time that you needed, it would do you well to travel there at some point if you're able to. Let's see what else we come up with. Father. Usually when this comes up, it means that your current father was in your life before, not necessarily as your parent, but it's like the same person is there again. But I'm getting something else from this too. Was your reading about something with a child also? I think there was a lot of parental stuff in your reading too, and that may be to what this is connected. And now Egypt. That I don't remember. Egypt. That could be another lifetime coming through now. Leaving or traveling. Maybe they're suggesting you visit there. I see like a triangle here too, like another pyramid. It's a railroad track. but it's looking like another pyramid. Leaving or traveling. Food or hunger. I definitely remember this coming up. And it's like now in your life, you may overcompensate in different ways. It could be directly with regard to food, but in other areas too, like overdoing because at some point in the past life, you went without. And so like to never do that again, you're like, yeah, overcompensating now. So that's an unhealthy addiction maybe that you want to break, or habit on which you want to work. Overall energy is vows. This can be vows of poverty, vows of celibacy, vows of hunger, different sort of things that to which you may have committed in a past life that we must break now. You must sever, all vows made, whether consciously or unconsciously, throughout all existence, all time, all space, that are impacting you adversely at this time, amen, basically. So I talked about dreams. I said you may get some messages via dreams. I think this is another confirmation of that. But I do feel you also need to put some effort into considering what your dreams and goals are, because soon you'll sort of be called upon to begin to put them into action. Move forward in areas where you've gotten stuck as far as progress on your goals. For the masculine, meditation. So this goes toward his continued healing and maybe releasing that fear. For you, mature man, this is that father energy again. Father, very emperor-like. Mars. Aries, Scorpio, of course. Something in your life over which you may not have full control, that you need to take back the reins. Or it could be attached to this too, to the goals and things, like picking these back up, getting organized, putting things into action. Yes. Yes, that's what it is. For the masculine, more new beginnings. This is very Empress-like, more Venus, more new beginnings, fresh start here, fertile energy. And from the past life deck to you, Orphan. So on what you should be particularly focusing now is fear of abandonment. Fear of abandonment. Being left. And masculine may have actually been your father at some point too. And to abandon you or left you. Or your child's father. And for some reason he left. I don't remember what we may have talked about in that regard there. For the masculine, authority figures. He may have left you because of something like that, like going to jail. going to jail. And so now he has, or the two of you together have this sort of, what's the word I'm looking for? Conflict phobias. That's what I was trying to think of. This can lead to conflict phobias, as can this. And this, the authority figures, like these would have been intimidating people, like not nice people, if they were actual authority figures. But sometimes it's our parents too. And with all the father stuff that keeps popping up here, I wouldn't be surprised if that happened as well. Like, it helps us to develop fear of basically healing or working on issues, because maybe when you tried to talk to your parent or to the authority figure, you got back like, "Rrr," and so you're still holding on to that. So what the masculine needs to work on in that regard would be like self-love, nurturing, definitely connected to, again, that first card of relationship that we looked at, and to the meditation and releasing fear. And for you, some meditation would serve you well too. There are binaural tones that can help you with both of these issues, but certainly with fear of abandonment. You can, look up one specifically for that. All right, I hope you find this helpful, dear. Namaste.